Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. Let's find out what's going on with the Divine Masculines. I'm using my own Divine Masculine deck here, so I'm going to get a few messages. Just give it a good shuffle here. And, okay, we have two that fell on the floor. So I'm going to take one, two, and I'm going to get a couple more. And what we'll do is like group one, group two, group three, group four. Okay, that way we can cover as many of you in the collective as possible. Okay, so I'll take what's at the top of the deck and what's at the very bottom. I think I'll pull clarifiers after. So let's get right into the reading. If you're attracted to number one here, your masculine wants you to know that they're not romantically involved with the karmic anymore. Okay, so this might be something that you guys are intuitively feeling, and it's a confirmation that a lot of your divine masculines are working on themselves right now. This is for those divine masculines who they've kind of had it with the cycles in terms of the drama, and I think that this has a lot to do with divine feminines who caught on to the pattern. You guys really pulled back, you distanced yourself, you started focusing more on your own goals, your own dreams, your own plans. And in turn, it kind of fizzled out the karmic relationship between the divine masculine and them, because, I think I just covered this energy in a personal reading. But what I'm seeing here is that ever since you guys met, whoever you are, if your masculine has been in a third party situation, and you guys met and you had some type of intense exchange, whether it was as simple as eye contact, you guys flirted, you guys might have hooked up, like I don't even know what the case is, take it how it resonates, you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about, but you had an intense encounter. You guys have slowly been moving in the direction of each other, and some type of truth was revealed in this connection where you guys deeply feel for each other. Like, it's not just an attraction, it's not just the sex. Like, this is legitimately, I feel something deep here for you. And you two might have gone your separate ways, but I think that what ended up happening with your divine masculine is that the chemistry between them and the karmic partner, like, it just fizzled out. It just wasn't a match for what they felt with you, divine feminine. And you could very well just be minding your own business, doing your own thing. And this masculine might have gone back to this karmic situation. This karmic partner might be, feeling like they're on cloud nine, but energetically, what they have yet to pick up on is that your masculine is distracted. They are not into this person simply because they've experienced the connection that they have with you. Okay, so many of you might be feeling like an energy of like distraction, boredom. You may not be feeling your masculine's energy in terms of wanting to make a move towards them, but for some weird reason, you're drawn to like checking on them on social media. That's your masculine's energy. It's because they're bored in their karmic situations. And right now, it's a tough time because they're going to have to be honest about the feelings that are just not there anymore in that situation. Like, there's no romantic connection. And so a lot of them are feeling like it's just time to make that move, or it's time to have that conversation with this person because I can't seem to get my divine feminine out of my mind. Okay. What are they romantically feeling for the divine feminines? What do they want you to know from their heart space, divine feminines? They're not romantically feeling for the karmic partner. What are they romantically feeling for you? Okay, so there you have it. Passion. And I feel like that's what's lacking in their connection right now. And that is going to be, I think, like the last straw with many of these divine masculines. It says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. They just feel better around you, divine feminine. They feel like they're in a better mood. The connection that both of you experienced, they're consistently and constantly comparing it to what they have with you or what they feel with you. And you guys might have just been like simple friends. Do you know what I mean? Like, you guys might have just felt the intensity, but no one acted on anything, or it might have just been, the way that you two get along, but something about the way you two interact, like, it just feels like you two have known each other forever, and the passion comes naturally, organically. And that's what's lacking in their life right now. And that may feel very messy for them, okay? Because I feel like they're pleading in that card where it says, I'm not romantically involved with the karmic partner anymore, because this might have been one of the reasons you distance yourself, Divine Feminine, is because, kind of everywhere you look, the karmic partner is showing a different story or presenting a different story, but then your masculine isn't feeling that way. I think part of their lesson is going to have to be being honest with this person and really putting an end to that connection if they want a new start with you. Because again, I'm picking up for this collective of Divine Feminines, you've distanced yourself, and as long as your Divine Masculine is engaging with a karmic partner, period, like, you are just simply not part of the picture, okay? Let's go ahead and get a message for the Divine Feminine in terms of your best course of action if your masculine makes their way back to you. Okay, so we're getting the Balance card. Okay, and the message here says, take everyone's input into consideration, merge viewpoints to create a better solution, take your time, there's no need to rush. So yeah, they're definitely wanting you, Divine Feminine, because you're unbothered. You see how that message there says there's no need to rush? I feel like a lot of you can feel your Divine Masculines wanting to come towards you. You can feel this energy of them kind of pleading, wanting to reach out in some way. But again, you've created so much balance for yourself that you don't want a Divine Masculine who has any luggage or baggage or attachments. Because you've worked really hard to keep your own life balanced, drama-free. You do your best to keep things in alignment with who you are. And as long as your masculine is presenting themselves as coming towards you and there's a third party involved, it's just not in alignment with who you are. So take your time in terms of letting this person back in, and make sure that you are very clear on what it is you expect. Okay? So that's that reading for those of you in that group number 1. Group number 2, I keep my distance, but I do watch you. Okay? So again, for those of you who may be in separation and you feel watched by your Divine Masculine, it's like a definite yes that they keep their eye on you. And I'll tell you guys some things that I feel like they check up on you or how they might watch you. Okay? And you guys already know, like, it's a validation to you, but you already know that they watch you. They watch like every time you post on social media. If some of them have the ability to drive by your home or drive by your neighborhood or your area, they do it, not in like a stalkerish way, but because they feel this intensity so much, just kind of driving by near your home and things like that, it just brings them inner peace. A lot of them watch who likes your post, and they try to see if there's a pattern of a particular person liking your posts. They like to check what time you were last seen on WhatsApp. You might also have the tendency to do this with them as well, and you guys might play like tag that way and check on each other's statuses, checking on each other's active status. Your masculine might enjoy looking at when you were last active. They look out for things like whether you block them. If you do have them blocked, they check daily to see if you've unblocked them, things like that. And, they're keeping their distance right now because, let's go ahead and get some clarity. I honestly feel like it's because many Divine Feminines have just recognized the patterns, right? Like, a lot of you have just recognized the cycles, and you were like, you know what? I'm good focusing on myself right now. Okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Many of you are protecting your own energy. You are very grounded in your own truth. And many of you are focused on bigger and better things. Like, I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, you guys are just unbothered. You might be focusing on work, your own business, delving into your passions, maybe going on some new adventures, having the courage to do things you've never done before. It says cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail, kindness to others. Okay. So a lot of you might just be on your own path right now, and your Divine Masculines are watching you because they can't come close just yet. You guys have gone through some type of separation where you've sent your masculine on this journey to really stepping up to the plate. Like when it comes to keeping your company, Divine Feminine, you've set some high standards for yourself. Like this is a Divine Masculine who knows that they can't just come in and out of your life. So while they get things together, I feel like they're keeping their distance, but they watch you because they're waiting around to see if you're in another situation, if you are dating anybody, if they can pick up whether or not you're waiting on them in this connection, just like they're somehow waiting on you as well, to let them in. It's almost like they go through some type of inner work or inner healing, and then they come back in to check on your energy to see if there's like signs of you moving towards them. This is also a Divine Masculine who's very aware of maybe not the word twin flame, but they definitely have been trying to research a little bit more about why it is they can't get this one person off their mind. Like, what does it mean when I can't stop thinking about this one person? They're trying to be cautious as well. And that's why it says here, cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail, because all of those examples I gave you guys of how they watch you, they're focused. You know what I mean? Like they are focused on you. They're focused on every little detail because I feel like they're very much aware that you guys communicate in this spiritual way, and they're looking for a sign. What does the Divine Feminine feel in her heart for this masculine? Why is he being so cautious about approaching her? And if he is looking for a sign, can he approach her right now? Is now a good time? What's this feminine feeling for this masculine? Okay, so this one fell on the floor and this one slid out on the table. So we're getting make the effort. So I feel like if there are masculines out there overthinking, just do it. Like if you feel genuine about your feminines, they're genuine just like you are as well. You have to balance the energy within you and have the courage to reach out, have the courage to face the outcome of you reaching out, and just make the effort, wear your heart on your sleeve here. Instead of, be the knight of, I was going to say chalices, be the knight of chalices or the knight of cups instead of trying to be so cautious like this knight of pentacles. Okay. And just go ahead and make the effort. You can trust your feminine. It says great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So you know that she feels for you, Divine Masculine. This is an opportunity for you to take charge and initiate communication again, because you two need to get to know each other again. Your Divine Feminine may be very different than how you remember her. And that's because she's going through the journey at a very rapid pace. It says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So don't be intimidated, I guess. Don't be intimidated by who she is now. Make the effort, because she's still that same Divine Feminine at the core who loves you unconditionally. But the way she's moving about in the physical world right now may be just a little bit more different than you're used to. But at the same time, don't let that stop you, okay? You're getting clear guidance to just kind of take that leap, okay? Let's go ahead and get a message for group 3. Okay, so my kids are a huge priority, young or old. Okay, this has been a recurrent message that's been coming up. In fact, I had a comment left in one of my videos the other day where I was talking about my son being my first priority, and someone had commented, well, you sound like the Divine Masculine, and you sound like the perfect example of a masculine that will always go back to like their karmic situation or their karmic partner. And it kind of hit a nerve, because I was like, you know what, as long as I am choosing to do what's right for me, I feel like that's the most important thing. And I think that whether you're the one with children or whether it's your Divine Masculine with children, as long as kids are in the connection, they play a big divine role in terms of teaching you how to heal your own inner child, and also how to accept your counterpart. I'm hearing in my head your soulmate may differ from your usual type or expectations. I think it's a card here in this Romance Angel Oracle deck. But if that's you in this situation, or maybe you're listening to the reading and kids are part of your connection, for many of you out there who are on maybe on the receiving end, like you're waiting for your twin to kind of leave the situation that they're in, and you keep running into these cycles where you keep expecting that outcome. I feel like for many of you who are dealing with children in a connection, that if you allow the universe to show you the bigger picture, they will show it to you that your twin does love you unconditionally. But there's like self-discipline and self-control at play when it comes to protecting children here in this lifetime, especially with twin flames. And both of you are going to experience lessons and certain types of healing that will continue to teach you like patience with each other. You're going to learn to wish each other the best instead of waiting around for some type of big, dramatic display of your twin coming forward and leaving their kids and their family behind. If you're struggling to grasp why it is they won't make that decision and there's kids involved, the universe will continuously show you lessons until you're able to see that bigger picture and know that regardless of how you and your twins' connection have manifested in this lifetime, you two are exactly where you need to be at every given moment. Okay, so this is a message about trusting divine timing. So let's go ahead and find out, like, let's say it's your masculine, that's the one with kids here. Regardless of whether or not they've left their family or they love you deeply, but they keep returning back and there's kids involved, what do they really feel in their heart towards you, Divine Feminine? What do they want you to know? Okay, so reconciliation. It says someone from your past is returning to your life. You two will always resurface in each other's life. And that's why I was saying you two will continuously run into lessons that try to show you the bigger picture. You two will always reconcile regardless of whether or not one decides to leave their family or leave their marriage or leave their relationship. It doesn't change the fact that both of you have found each other in this lifetime, and the feelings that you felt towards each other, like, it's real. It's real whether they're still in their situation or not. Like, I'm speaking from experience. I've had to go through the whole motions of going through like separation and divorce, and it's been really triggering for my masculine to have that same perspective, right? Like, oh, she'll never leave her family, or she'll never get divorced, but there's so much more to it. And I've had to have the courage to forge my own path and do what's right for me, and allow my masculine to learn whatever lessons they need to learn around this dynamic. Because I've learned and I've grown on my journey not to make decisions for my masculine, but to make decisions like for me, right? What makes me comfortable? What makes me happy? What is for my highest good? Regardless of how triggering it is for my person, or even for me, it hurts for me to be away from my counterpart as well. But again, I feel like there's so much more of a bigger picture when kids are involved and they're a priority, right? It's almost like a sacrifice. And that's why many of you with kids who have made that sacrifice and your counterpart is still struggling to grasp or understand, the universe will always have your back, and they will always protect you as long as you're protecting your children, right? They'll provide your counterpart with the lessons they need to learn to see the bigger picture. Okay, so what is your counterpart learning if you guys are still in your situations? Okay, so the King of Spring along with the Awakening card. Okay, so awakening your masculine to greater lessons, to greater love, right? What's the sense that you two are in this twin flame connection and there's pressure to do things that are out of alignment with your soul? If someone truly loves you, they will allow you the time and space to work out whatever you need to work out, and they won't miss a beat in your life. It's only if they're struggling with lower vibrational energies, jealousy, obsession, possession, then they're going to have to go through those lessons of separation with you. Separation too is a state of mind. It doesn't only mean like physical separation. I could still very much be in union with my twin flame, and I don't have to be in a physical relationship or society's idea of a relationship with him to be in union with him. Union means that we're both aware of the bigger picture. The Awakening card says, change the way you're looking at the situation, embrace your uniqueness, a temporary pause in the action. And that's that separation that'll always happen until you're able to see the situation for what it is. Because you've got to change your perspective. Okay, and we have the King of Spring or the King of Wands coming through. I feel like for those feminines out there who have made the sacrifices to do what's in the highest good for everyone involved, you're bringing out this King of Wands here in your divine masculine because they really do admire you for a lot of what you've been through. I feel like there's a lot of divine feminines out there who you guys have done the right thing consistently. Like I see the Judgment card, I see the Justice card, and I also see the Temperance card, like doing what you have to do to create balance in your own life. And that's the guidance that you've been consistently getting so that everything can dissolve itself. The message here says a financial windfall, your leadership skills are needed now, an unexpected supporter of your cause. Okay, and I feel like you've had your masculines back in a lot of ways, divine feminine, and now they're kind of, regardless of the decisions that you've made and whether or not it's caused, conflict between you two or separation, this is a masculine that admires you for doing the right thing. A lot of you had the chance to go running into your masculine's arms. You had the opportunity to have romantic sexual encounters with them and things like that. But you always did what was appropriate and what was the right thing to do. And I feel like that's your King of Wands changing, like they're awakening through the decisions that you've made. It's really calmed them right down, because I feel like a lot of masculines too came in really impulsive, very possessive too when they first met you, like you're mine, you're all mine, I want you now. And you had the courage to stand up to them and say, hey, listen, I've got huge priorities, and I'm going to take this slow. And that's the energy behind this constant reconciliation between you two. Okay? And on to the last group here. Lately, I can't sleep. I just want to see you. Okay? So these are masculines that are making their way back to you. Okay? Especially when I see that message here, I just want to see you. These masculines might have been at a distance from you. And if they have been at a distance from you or they haven't seen you in a long time, it's really taking its toll. Okay, they want to see you. They want to travel to you. They haven't physically seen you in a really long time. And because they can't sleep and they're having trouble sleeping, they might be also experiencing very lucid dreams, very deep dreams that are almost like a map towards their divine feminine. And they're being called to follow that calling. And a lot of them are kind of impulsively hopping on a plane or in a train or filling their gas tank up to take a however long hour drive trip to see you, divine feminine. It's like the calling is just, it's too much right now. And these masculines are ready to take action. Let's find out what they're feeling in their heart space. Why can't they sleep? What's been on their minds? Why can't they sleep? What do they feel for this divine feminine? Okay, so it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. That's what they've been kind of thinking about on their nights alone. Like during the nights that they can't sleep, they might be like thinking back to how they interacted with you and how unconditionally loving you were. It's almost like, you can trust her. Like that's all you've ever been able to do. And these are masculines too, kind of like whispering to themselves, like, man, I really fucked this up. Like they can now see how much they were running, and they didn't have to, because it was safe for them to love you all along. You're not like the rest. And they needed time to be on their own, or maybe some of you needed time to be at a distance where even while you were at a distance, this divine feminine might have been making so many efforts to keep in touch, because you were afraid of the connection slipping away, and you were just met with the constant cycles of ghosting, and it was even harder because it's like they're at a distance, right? But a lot of you, again, kind of backed away. You started doing your own thing. You released them, And that's exactly what you probably needed to do, especially if you guys were at a distance. And what that kind of did was it put them into this energy of like, I can't sleep, because now they were feeling it, right? Like they didn't have any access to you. This goes way back to those older readings I did where a lot of you jumped off of social media. You started doing your own thing, taking care of yourself, and there was no trace of you for this masculine to, kind of hold on to or tap into the energy and feel that comfort. They started going crazy, and that's why I'm saying like this impulsive energy to hop on a plane, or like if they can't reach you on the internet, they will show up in your city, like at your door, in your neighborhood, driving around trying to catch a glimpse of you. Like that's how intense this energy is, and this journey can be for many of the divine masculines. But they want to see you because they want you to know that since you've kind of walked away and released the connection, it gave them the insight that they needed. Like they were like the hermit for a long time, and it gave them the insight that it's safe for them to love you, and that's why they're coming back, and this is what they want to express. Okay, let's get an outcome card for those of you in this energy here. What's the best course of action? So we have the Nine of Winter, okay? So unfounded fear, focusing on worst case scenarios, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. So I feel like they're getting the guidance to come back. They might still be hung up on you just kind of releasing them. I feel like this is a masculine who never thought that you would do that, divine feminine, especially when you guys kind of went MIA on social media. Like I see a masculine trying to type your username into Instagram a million times to really check if it's legitimately gone, or they keep searching your name on like Facebook, like whatever social media accounts you guys were on. It's like no results found. And they were like sweating, like they started to panic, right? Like that was their energy. But I feel like it's time for them to move out of this energy here, because if they want to see you, then they're going to have to stop focusing on the worst case scenario and start realizing that it's safe for them to love. Regardless of the fact that if they feel like they might have messed things up, that's going to be part of the lesson too, is like, kind of humbling yourself to your own inner truth. Even if you feel like you've messed it up, it's going to take that courage to kind of go back and be vulnerable in a sense and let the divine feminines know. And I've experienced that in my own connection as well, and it's a beautiful thing. It kind of like deepens the bond when your masculine experiences that first, bout of vulnerability with you. It really does deepen the connection. So those of you who have been away from your counterpart, or I don't know, maybe funky things have been happening, like you keep hearing trains, you might keep seeing planes everywhere, you might just have that inkling that they're trying to make their way back to you. It's definitely a confirmation that they're coming back, and you did the right thing by following through to release the connection the way it was in order to bring about a new cycle. Okay, guys? I hope you've enjoyed the reading. You guys take care, and I will catch you in the next one. All right? Take care, guys. Bye.